welcome back to D&D Repairs. Today we're going to be changing the rear wheel bearing on a Golf Mk6.
Okay, we'll start off by removing the wheel. Look there, you see, got something in the tyre. It's not going flat. Right. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is remove the brake caliper. What we've got on here is a 13mm on the back, and then there is a 15mm screw there that you hold on to stop it. Same on the bottom. Now in the book, I think it says to remove the whole carrier, but you can sneak the brake disc off without removing the carrier, so I'll show you how to do that. That's that. That should come off. He says the adjuster on the handbrake will have made these slightly tight, so that's just why they can be a bit stiff together. But they will come on. With a bit of persuasion. Like that. So inside the brake caliper there's a self-adjuster here, and when we put it back together we'll have to wind the piston back in slightly just to give us a bit of room just to get it back on, but I'll show you that when it comes to it. Now I can just sit there, it's not hurting anything. And what you can do while you're here as well is just check that your pins slide nice and freely, because if you don't you can get uneven wear on your pads. My pads are quite new and nice and evenly worn, so there's no issues with them. Keep them to one side and that's good. Next we need a T30 just to remove the holding screw for the brake disc. That one's nice and free, so there's no issues there. There you go. And that should be your disc loose, which it is. Now if you just lever it round, you can just sneak it round the carrier without taking it off. Yeah, makes life a bit easier. And you've got access to the wheel bearing, which you can hear. There's a bit of play in mine, which is why I'm swapping it. So I'm just going to get a hammer. So what you also need is this, which is not a special tool, but it's an M18 star bit drive to take it off and to do it back up. So we'll need that in a minute. So what we need to do is get access to the screw underneath. I find that by using the ball point of your hammer to welly that in, it just frees up the cap slightly. Right, so then underneath there is our single bolt, and then if you haven't got one, I suggest you invest in a big bar because these are tight. very tight.
Cool, blimey.
Oh dear. There we go. Hopefully. Okay, so now I've got the new hub and bearing kit. Clean up the old spindle, make sure there's no big rust bits, and then we'll get the new hub bearing on. Lovely. And you get a new bolt. Always make sure you renew the bolt because it's a stretch bolt, and if you don't renew it, it could snap. Oops.
Oh.
It could snap.
Need to get that.
Once you've snugged it up, it's 200 Newton meters on the torque wrench, and then half a turn, so 180 degrees. So we'll get it up to 200 Newton meters, Daisy, and there, and then still fairly snug. There we go. So the hard bit now is the half turn.
Why is that the hard bit?
Just because it's really, really tight. So what I find a nice way to do it is we mark that at the top. We'll know when that line's at the bottom that it's 180 degrees. There's other ways of doing it, but I find that one works the best. So you may need a little bit of help.
What the heck is that?
Helper bar or Tommy bar. How far have we got to go, Daisy? Does it say? Can you see? How far are we around? We are about a quarter of the way around, I think.
No, falling over.
Yeah, we're a quarter of the way, so need another quarter of a turn, and we're there.
Sit on it, that would
Yeah. Last one.
get some leverage on it.
Last one. A little bit more. There we are. Cool. Right, so that's free to rotate. All good. Right, so the next thing is to put the disc back on. What I might do though is chuck it in the vise and just give that a clean up, just to get rid of the rust on the inside. Keep that looking good. Safety first.
Take it, I'm gonna have to move away.
interested in getting it super clean, it's just to get the big chunks of rust off that would fall into the back of the disc. Just get the worst of it off. Give it a bit of a degrease while we're here. Job done. Okay, refits the reverse, sneak it around there. Line up the little hole. Tell you what we might do as well is I'll just put some anti-seize on that. Snug it up, not too tight. Cool, and what's next? So what we're going to do next is we're going to wind back the brake caliper a bit because it'll be really stiff otherwise. So what we do, we need a special plate which fits on there and those lugs nicely, and there. And then what we try and do is just turn this and it'll turn and push the piston back in. And then that should give us enough free play. To put the pads back in and put it back on the disc. Lovely.
Yes, babe.
So that's pushed the piston back in nicely, which is good. And what we can do is fit the pads. I've already wire brushed off these, so it's okay. Pads are in good condition. Put one pad there. Go the right way around, that'll help. One in there. Slide that over there like that, and then we're in place. What I might do is just get a bit of Loctite just for those bolts. If I've got any left, just a little bit. Oh, he says. Top done. I'm going to put a bit of pressure on the caliper here just to counteract the springs. Torque to spec. You don't have to go mad on them because they're just the carrier bolts. There we go. Okay, now it's really important now what you should do is put your foot on the foot brake, because that puts the piston straight back out. Put the camera onto the piston, you might be able to see me press the brake. Ready? So that's the piston all the way pushed back out, jump out now. If you didn't do that, you'd find that your handbrake could go all the way to the top when you applied it next, whereas now it'll be automatically in adjustment. So that's good. That moves, they're tight, that's tight. I'll give the cap a little love tap. Lovely. It's just a case of putting the wheel back on now, and then we'll take it for a road test, and hopefully that's it.